Welcome back, my little animals. Okay, so if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is AnaItzel Muniz, aka Honey. And if you'd like to become a part of my little animal kingdom, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. But today, I am going to be showing you guys how to finish your makeup Valentine's Day style. So, this is like super easy, doable makeup. As long as you follow the video, you should be okay. If you're not okay, you need to let me know because we're going to get through this together. There's no need to stress out. You can do this. You're going to look fly, super awesome for dinner, for brunch, for whatever, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, parties, whatever it may be. You're going to look snatched to the Valentine's Day angels. You're going to become a Valentine's Day angel. Okay? Okay. Let's just get started. So first things first, you always want to prime your eyelids whenever you're going to be doing any type of eyeshadow look. That way so your eyeshadow just doesn't crease or like go all over the place. And it really sets your eyeshadow. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this NYX eye primer. And I'm going to rub it in all over my eyelids, make sure it's nice and seamless. You kind of want to rub it in like if it's eye cream. That's a better way of explaining it. Then I went ahead and I chose the Morphe James Charles palette. This is a super pretty palette, and of course I got some tape. To make it easier for you guys, I went ahead and I used tape in this video. I don't normally use tape, but to make it easier for people that don't really know too much about eyeshadow, it just makes it really easy. So I just went ahead and placed tape on both of my eyes, and yes, it does go underneath the eye as well. Then I went ahead and I started using an angled eyeshadow brush, and then I picked up Code James. It's going to be like the orange dusty color. Now we're going to be placing it like on the outer part of our eye. It's going to go directly into the crease just because it is going to be our transition color. So it's going to be seamless to any other colors that we place on top. So I just went ahead and I started dusting it on the crease, and yes, I will be like kind of messy with this. You don't have to be super precise. Going ahead, I used a blending brush. This is a clean blending brush. Whenever you use a blending brush, you always want it to be clean because the point is to blend. You don't want to be placing any more color. Then using the same angled brush, I went ahead and I picked up You're Kidding. And we're just going to be placing this color right on the outer part of the eye. We're going to drag it slightly upwards towards the crease, but other than that, we're just going to be placing it right on the outer corner of the eye. Make sure you kind of get it over the tape, that way when you take off the tape it'll actually like create like a little line there. Just a tip. And with our blending brush, make sure everything is nice and seamlessly blended because once again we want it to be smooth. Then I picked up a big fluffy crease brush and I picked up Boutique. Boutique is going to be going right on the outer part of our eye, same place where we placed You're Kidding. When we place You're Kidding, it's kind of like that deep transition into like any other darker color that we have. So that's where Boutique comes in, and we just kind of push it into the outer part of the eye and slightly upwards towards the crease. Nothing too crazy. Once again, you do not have to be super precise with these. Then back to the blending. Of course, this entire look basically relies on the blending part, so make sure your blending brush is nice and clean. There's no product. Make sure you pick up no product with your blending brush because the point is to blend. Then we go ahead and pick up a flat eyeshadow brush, and with that we picked up Sister because Sister, we need some type of glam and glitter in our eyes. So I just went ahead and started placing it right in the center of our eyelid. So I picked up Ringlight with the same brush and I went ahead and placed it right in the inner tear duct of our eye. We're also going to be placing it right on our brow bone, underneath the brow, This makes the eyeshadow look like really pulled together, really nice. Looks amazing in pictures, by the way. Here we're going to be taking off the tape, and as you can see, it leaves that nice sharp line and no type of fallout underneath your eyes, which is exactly what we want if you're just a beginner into eyeshadow. Then I went ahead and used my favorite primer. This is a Maybelline Poreless Baby Skin Primer. Super inexpensive, and it does the job as a really good primer. And I'm starting to use this NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I've noticed that this is like one of the only foundations that actually match my skin tone, surprisingly. So this is like my holy grail foundation from now on. I also did use a flat top kabuki brush. This is really nice if you're going to be wanting like a full coverage look. And I went ahead and used my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is a really nice concealer because it does not like feel or look cakey whatsoever, which is good because we do not want any flaky, crusty under eyes. That is not cute. Now I place the concealer right underneath my eyes to make sure it's nice and bright, and then I also place it like right underneath my nose because, you know, ladies, our noses get red underneath because, you know, hormones, yada yada yada. I also place some on my chin and in the middle of my forehead because that's basically the center of our face and we want it to be nice and bright. I also use this Real Techniques buffing brush. This is actually a really good brush to blend out any concealers I found, and it's actually my go-to concealing brush, surprisingly. I used to use it for foundation, but I found it's better to use with concealer. After we're done blending out the concealer, we just want to go ahead and use a makeup sponge. I use this makeup sponge, I forgot where I got it from, but you can basically pick these up anywhere. And the powder I'm using is from RCMA. I got this, I believe it was like $16 or so. I don't quite remember where I got this from, but you can use any type of translucent powder. A lot of people like using the Laura Mercier powder, so you could use that, or just basically any powder you like. And we just let it bake for like 20 seconds and then I take it off because I just have other things to do. So we just go ahead and just use a big fluffy brush and just dust it right off. This is from Real Techniques. It's a setting brush, I believe, but I just use it to dust stuff off. Then going back with the angled eyeshadow brush, I picked up Mary and I started placing it right underneath the waterline, and we just kind of start dusting it back and forth until you achieve like a nice smoky effect under the eye. Now you don't want to take it too far down the eye because then it'll probably make it look like you have dark circles, and we just don't want that. So just go ahead and blend until you feel like it's smoked out. And same thing, we're just going to be going over the same places where we used ring light just to make sure it's nice and bright in those areas. Now for this part I did use my favorite liquid eyeliner. I know it is kind of tricky for beginners to be using any type of liquid eyeliner, especially when it comes to wings. So one thing I highly recommend for beginners is that you can go ahead and put like a piece of paper or something flat on your eye, and using that as a stencil, even a credit card, using that as a stencil to get the nice wing, and then you can connect it. If not, just go ahead and start using like a dark eyeshadow and kind of wing it out, so it could be like a smoky wing. Then using your favorite mascara, just go ahead and coat your eyelashes with your favorite mascara. You do not have to go super crazy and put like 5 layers on, because we're going to be using falsies today. And my go-to lash glue is from Duo. Duo actually has some really nice lash glue, so I just go ahead and use that. Now when it comes to lashes, you can use any lashes you like. I picked up these lashes from AliExpress, and so far so good. But you can use any of your favorite lashes. Now the tool that I'm using in this video to apply my lashes, I actually purchased it from Ulta. This is like $10. It is actually really nice. Like I used to do my lashes with my hands, which was not a problem at all, but I found this tool just makes it so much more easier and like seamless. So if you guys are having trouble like placing eyelashes, I highly recommend you pick this up. Yeah, and it was like so Grammy night that night, so I kind of got into the performance a little bit. So if you can tell what song I'm singing, go ahead and drop it down in the comments. I'm really curious if anybody can actually read my lip syncing. Now once the eyelashes are done, I go ahead and I start doing my face. So I use my favorite bronzer. This is Benefit's Hoola bronzer. This is like my go-to bronzer. It does not look like super muddy or anything, and it's actually really nice. Now I start putting my bronzer on my temples just because I like that sun-kissed type of look, and I don't really tend to use too many creams because I just feel if I set my entire face with like my normal setting powder, it'll just look really like ashy. So I stick to using powders, plus it's like keeps it kind of natural as well, so you're not looking like super like dramatic contouring type of deal. I don't know, it's just me. I go ahead and I also put it around my nose and my cheekbones, and I bring it slightly down my jawline. Don't want anything too intense. Now for my blush, I use an angled blush brush, and I went ahead and picked up Benefit's Coralista blush just because it's already in my palette, so I like to use things that are like conveniently together, and this just happens to be there, so I just go ahead and use it. Then using my sponge, I go ahead and use the flat side. This is like a really good sponge if you're going to be doing like any type of cleanups around like the jaw and things like that. Things of that nature, you know. Nice and precise. Same thing, I don't really like to leave that on too long, so I just go ahead and like dust it off right away as soon as possible. And with that same brush, I actually kind of start blending everything together, just to make everything just a little bit more smooth, because we don't like to have lines on our faces unless it's our eyeliner. And my favorite highlighter is Flexitarian from ColourPop. This is like a really nice highlighter. I highly recommend it. For $8, you cannot go wrong. Now for highlighting, I just place it on the top highest parts of our cheeks, and then a little bit right in our little button nose, center of our nose, and that's pretty much it. So glow on. Now when it comes to my lips, I really don't overline or any of that. I just go with the natural lining of my lips. It may look like I'm overlining because I have like foundation all over them, but nah, I just go with the natural flow of things, and that's just how it is. Once we're done with the lips, you just want to go ahead and set your face with your favorite setting spray. I didn't do this in the video because, you know, I was gonna go to sleep right after, so yeah. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Bye!